biggest threat to Africa's economy today, the biggest threat to Africa today is Africans. Not in my thoughts, not international interference, not you know, Arabs, not whites, not Asian. No, this is the journey to one Africa. The biggest threat to Africa's economy, the biggest threat to Africa is Africans. So my sister Renee, she say there is these political leaders and everything. I agree. Those are Africans. Those are Africans. Anyone that is African, that's the biggest threat to Africa's economy. That's the biggest threat to Africa. Africans. Me and you, we're biggest threat to Africa. Biggest threat. And it's biggest threat. Because let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. Do you think these people who are looking, who are coming to Africa to take over all this stuff, do you think they did not try that to other countries? Do you think they're not doing that to South Korea? Do you think they're not doing that to all these Singapore or all these different countries? Do you think they're not trying to do it? They can't do it. Because there's a level of economy, there's a level of excellence when you reach there. They no longer want to take things away from you, but they want to partner with you. And that's what happened with Korea. You have Samsung. Samsung is the biggest, how can I say, the biggest competitor of Apple. Because a lot of people, they cannot afford Apple because of the prices and everything. So a lot of people, if they cannot afford Apple, they buy Samsung because of the quality. But not only that, but there's some sort of technology that Apple gets from Samsung. Do you know that they work together? Do you know that? So that's some level of development. That's some level of excellence. When you reach to those levels, they're not going to come to you and to want to take things from you, but they want to partner with you because they want to learn from you. Today, US, whatever, they learn from Korea, the country that they helped long time ago. The country that it was begging for loans long time ago after the World War. Today, they're partnering with them. Today, they're learning from them. My phone keeps getting off. Okay. Today they're learning from them. Today they're partnering from them. But who is learning from Africa today? You're going to learn how to dance in Africa? You're going to learn how to sing? That's it. That's what you're going to learn? That's where the strength of your economy is going to come from? What are you going to learn from Africa today? Are you going to learn technology from Africa? Are you going to learn AI from Africa? You're talking about AI. Today, if you go to South Korea, AI, man, those guys are far away. They discover new things all the time. And those guys, Americans, whatever, they go there, they learn there. They send their people to go to study there today. And today you tell me that the greatest threat to Africa is white people? No, no, it's not. The biggest threat to Africa's economy are Africans. And most of them are politicians. And me and you, ordinary folk. I'm coming after all of us, guys. You cannot just sit here and blame politicians, but you as well. Are you excellent at what you do? You know why? That's why they don't even care about you. That's why they cannot even pay you good. They pay you like a little slave. And when you threaten that I'm going to leave this job, they'll be like, get out of here. We don't want you. Go. Because they didn't lose anything. The matter of the fact you've been a burden there, whatever you're working from. You're your biggest threat to Africa, a biggest threat to Africa's economy. They in Africa, the killings that they hurt me the most is African killing another African. That hurts me the most. I always talk here about United Nations peacebreakers. I talk about them. I address to them. But the thing that always hurt me the most when I see another African killing another African. That's the saddest thing. The saddest thing. The saddest thing. And it's happening everywhere in Africa. Killing each other because of religion, killing each other because of politics, killing each other because of whatever tribes, killing each other. It's ridiculous. This is the biggest threat to Africa's economy. The biggest threat to Africa is Africans. Let me tell you this. You look at the neighbor Africa, you think he's your friend, but he's your enemy. He's waiting for you to turn aside and to grab your phone to run away with it. He has no idea how much you work for it. Somebody worked his butt off to just save to buy macho matatu, to buy 3 eyes. And someone, his job is just to sit somewhere at the street of Nairobi and to grab whatever phone that is there. That is his job. The biggest threat to Africa's economy, Africa's development, is Africans. We pull each other down. When you have a good leader trying to fight against corruption, trying to bring about all this corruption to develop the country, we Africans are the first ones that are against them. We want to take them down. We betray them and kill them. Patrice Lumumba was killed by his friend. Thomas Sankara was killed by his friend. Muammar Gaddafi was killed by his people. Don't blame France. Don't blame NATO. Who allowed it to happen? If the people stood with him, they were never going to take him down. But Africans, we did that. Colonized Africans, we did that. We allowed those Vasco da Gama, whatever, came here. Some of us, we sold our people. Today we have African descendants all over the world. But we sold them. We traded them with a little piece of paper. We did not just trade our people, we traded our resources, gold, diamond, everything, we traded them. We traded them with a piece of paper, piece of dollar, piece of dollar. Do you even know how they make this piece of money? It's papers. Somebody just make it. Print them more, okay, give it to them, inflation. Print them less, okay, don't give it to them, deflation. Africans are doing that. The biggest enemies in our governments in Africa, biggest enemies are leaders and leaders. If there's one clean leader who is trying to stand for the people and another leader who is trying to steal everything for the people, they fight each other. So much witchcraft everywhere in the government. During the time of election, witchcraft, these witch doctors, they have job, they have money in Africa. All the leaders are going there to get some witchcraft stuff. Bring them in the parliament offices. Bring them in their own offices. The first place in Africa that is full of wickedness and satanic and evil and sacrifices of people is government offices. Let me just say for what it is. If you're going to come after me, but I'm going to speak the truth. Government offices. People are dying anyhow. Dying anyhow. Today, leaders die. Tomorrow, if you just see there's a good leader, he's going to die after a few days, after a few months, after a few weeks, after a few years. They will die. By accident, that's what happened. Africa. Who is the enemy? Who is the biggest threat to Africa's economy? Who is the biggest threat to Africa? Africans. Guys, let's just say for what it is. We Africans, we pull each other down. We Africa, we don't lift each other up. We Africans, we don't care about our people. We don't care about what we say. We talk about one Africa. We talk about, this petition for our own people, but nobody will care about it. Because day and night, we just look up for the ways to pull each other down. And that's what we do. Biggest threat to Africa are not whites. They're not a biggest threat. They're not a biggest threat. Remember the title, biggest threat to Africa's economy. Biggest threat. If I say, what are the threats to Africa's economy? Then you can say, whites, Asians, whatever. Yeah, but biggest threat of them all, number one on top of it all, Africans. And our eyes are constantly focused on the outside. Well, outside, they're there. But inside, the house is rotten. The smell that is coming out of this house, Africa, is ridiculous bad. It's bad. It's bad. I've never seen people who try so much to pull each other down like Africans. Never. Never, 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 never. I've traveled to Europe. I still did not go to America, so I don't even know if my passport will be allowed. Anyways, I'm blacklisted or whatsoever. But anyways, I went to Europe. I went to Asia. Here in Africa as well. There's some continents I did not go. But man, everywhere I did not see with so much sadness in my heart. I did not see one single race that is pulling each other down like Africans. Only Africans, we pull each other down so much. It's like somebody work day and night, go to witchcraft, witch doctor day and night, just to kill another neighbor, just to pull somebody out there, just to do. Africans. Even when we're outside of Africa, black people, we do not cooperate with one another. The only thing we care is about, oh, you know what, I'm Israelite. Oh, you know what, I'm a Christian. Oh, you know what, I am, you know, I'm Islam. Oh, hey, I'm Christian. Oh, you're coming from Ethiopia. Oh, I'm not there. Oh, you're coming from, oh, this is, shame on y'all. If you're the one and watching this, just know shame on you, because you are the biggest threat to Africa's economy. If Africa cannot come together, without a unity, there will be no future for Africa, Nyerere said. If Africa cannot find a way to come together, regardless of all these things I'm talking about today, Africa will never, I'll say this again, Africa will never get out from this deep hole. Africa will never shake off all these curses. Africa will never. Africa is not cursed, but our behavior are cursed. What kind of behavior like this? Killing each other? These are cursed behavior. You can't kill your neighbor and expect to be all right. Africans, we need to bring each other up. We need to support one another. We need to be there. You need to be there for me. I need to be there for you. We need to pull each other up. We need to push each other up. We need to do that. We need to do that by all costs. Even if someone is doing something you do not like, but as long as it's positive, push them up. Don't bring them down. You're not helping. You're destroying. Push them up. Because when you push them up, you don't just push one person, you push the generation of Africa. Tomorrow, we are not going to need to go to other countries to find jobs and being mistreated like the way our people are mistreated today. We'll stay here in Africa and we'll push each other up. Today, I have this company. I need to push my people up. We need to push each other. We need to push each other. Why are we bringing each other down? Why are we pulling each other down? You find that people, they just want to be successful by themselves. One of my friends, he told me this. And I'll give this credit. One of my friends, he told me this. He said, Mika, what is the joy if I am successful and I'm looking at my friends, they're all down there? What is the joy in it? Oh, he told me the words, because I did not see the action, but he told me the words, which I really like that word. I said, they sound like good words. And where's the action though? I hope he does that. Because he don't have to do it to me, but I hope he does that to somebody else. What is the joy? You work so hard. You become very successful. You're on top of everybody. You look down, everybody's down there. You're the only one top there. What is the joy? Who are you going to celebrate with? They're tired. I love that. Okay. Tactical tune. I love it. I say tactical tune say, aren't tired of being humiliated? Aren't you guys tired of being humiliated? Africa is humiliated not just because of our skin color, but also because of our reputation. We have a bad reputation. If you cannot trust each other as black people, what in the world do you want a white man to trust a black man? What in the world do you want an Asian man to trust a black man? If you stab your brother back, when you sit with these guys, you only talk negative things about your fellow Africans. What do you expect? Don't tell me that I'm speaking the truth. So what kind of truth is that? First of all, deal with your untruth and your life first before you start talking negative. There's a place, man. When it comes to family, you know what happens? When it comes to family, man, we close the door and we deal with things inside. If I'm a daddy, I'm gonna close the door. If I have argument with my wife, I will close the door. First of all, I'll kick the kids. I'll give them maybe some money to go to buy ice cream, and I'll be there in the room. I'll lock the door in the room, and I'll discuss and I'll argue with my wife right there. Because it's a family matter. You don't need to hear about it. And nobody need to hear the family matter, what is going on inside. Nobody needs to hear. It's a family matter. But you have little Africans there. You have stupid Africans going there, speak negative things about Africa to other. You don't even understand the value of the family. Can't talk with you. First of all, go and maybe you don't have a family. That's why you do that. The family matter. We can't keep pushing each other down. We can't keep pulling each other down. The biggest threat to Africa's economy today are politicians. And you know that whenever I use politician word, I mean leaders. Politicians. Africans. Me and you. Wake up, Africans. Stop pulling each other down. Stop beating each other. Stop killing each other. Stop thinking worse about each other. If you think worse about your fellow African, they think worse about you too. And you know what's going to happen? If you guys meet, you're going to fight. Because all of you, worst two people meet. And when worst two people meet, worst action revealed. And one of you, if not both of you, are going to die. And that's what happened to Africa. Imagine how messed up people are. I'm talking the truth here, but some people, they're thinking in their mind, politicians thinking in their mind that guy, we need to mute that guy as soon as possible. Although, that's why I'm saying, guys, until March, guys, give us 500,000 subscribers here. We need, the goal is until March, the March of month, to reach 500 subscribers, because we need, this family needs to grow. If you did not subscribe right now, subscribe and like this stream. It's very important for people to see this stream. Like, subscribe, and share. If you haven't done that, do that as soon as possible. It's very important to grow our community, because the more community grows, the more our voice getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's hard to take it down. Let me tell you this, guy. I'll be very blunt with you. By you guys subscribing and helping us to grow, you're actually protecting us. Because if you have just a small platform where you don't have a lot of people, you don't have a lot of support, nobody's there for anything. They can take you down, shut you down anytime, and nobody will recognize anything. But there's a level of influence when God takes you there. They can't stretch their hand to you. They cannot. Because they know the consequences, what will happen. In Africa, we do not support each other. That's why a lot of people die. A lot of our leaders die because they were fighting alone. We're not there with them to support, to hold them their hand. Unless you prove me otherwise. I'll tell you the truth. I remember when the president of Kenya came. I was here 100% fully supporting him. You all know it because those videos are still here. 100% supporting him. But when I started to see different action from what he was saying, because man, let me tell you this, you cannot just predict everything. You cannot say, you're just talking, you're not gonna do anything. No. If I do not know you and you talk something good, I hear it. I'm going to believe what you say, and I'm going to stand with you. But at the same time, I will hold you accountable for your words. If you do not show the action, I'm going to turn against you. I'm not gonna pull you down, but I'm not going to support you. I'm not gonna be on your side. Because you betrayed me. And I'm not going to support you. And that's what we do now. Because everybody, we give them benefit of the doubt. Unless you prove me otherwise, I'm away. I'm out. So you guys give us benefit of the doubt. If we cannot grow this community, this message ain't going anywhere. And the influence is not there. Today we'll be here. Tomorrow we're not going to be here. And that's why a lot of our leaders were killed, because they did not have much support behind them. Did not have people, Africans, us as leaders, if we say that, us as Africans say that we're going to support you, we're going to stand with you, we're going to protect you, we're going to stand with everything you say. If we told our leaders, Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, Gaddafi, Magufuli, leaders of Africa, name them. We're there with you. We're there with you to support, to stand with you. We're going to stand with you no matter what. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult to take them down. Very difficult. But it's very easy in Africa because you have a lot of betrayers. A lot of them. Everywhere. They just wait for you to say a wrong word at a wrong time. You're out. And let me tell you this, man. I'm not going to give that power to you. I'm not going to give that power to you. Whether you support or you don't. Whether you share or you don't. Whether you subscribe or you don't. Man, this family will grow it by hooks and crooks. Because we are in the right time of God. And this is our time to do what we do. This is my time. This is God's time. Let me rephrase that. This is God's time. And the God's time is every time. You understand what I'm saying? It is every time, man. It's every time. We did not wake up in the morning and okay, today we start doing this, let's do it. No, that's why we're here. 4 years later, we're here. Now the 5th year we started. We're still standing, we're still here. And we ain't gonna stop because this is the calling, this is the passion, this is the purpose, this is the mission, this is the vision, and it's bigger than ourselves. That's why we put God first. Because the vision must be bigger than ourselves. Vision is not something you can handle with your own power. If you have a vision that you can handle with your own power, think about another vision. Let me tell you this. If you don't have vision, or you have a vision that you can do with your own power, think about something else. Because that's not vision. If you can do it, if you know the ways to achieve your vision, think about another one. That's not a vision. That's not God's vision. Okay, let me say, that's not God's vision. Because vision must be God's in you. You don't see the way to achieve it. You don't even see how you're going to do it, but you're passionate about it. But you work day and night, day in, day out. You work every single day to pursue that vision. It must be bigger than yourself. And that's what we do here, Swahili Nation. Bigger than ourselves. One Africa right now. So I receive these questions all the time. How are you going to achieve that, Mika? One Africa right now, how are you going to achieve? You only have 300,000 subscribers. You only have 37 or 40 people watching you right now. How are you going to achieve that? How? Stop being naive. Get out of here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Get out of here. No, don't waste my time. We've seen a lot of you people all the time talking, nothing being done. Get out of here. How are you going to achieve? Let me tell you this, man. How, in the scriptures, how did Joseph become the prime minister, the second highest position in Egypt during Pharaoh regime? And he was not even Egyptian. He was Hebrew. How did he become a prime minister of Egypt? How? Let me tell you this. Joseph was excellent at what he does. He had a dream long time ago when he was in Israel with his dad, Jacob, Israel. When he was there, he had a dream that the sun, the moon, and basically the entire family, dad and mom, bowing down to him. He told his dream to his dad and his mom and everybody. They laughed at him. They beat him up. They're like, oh, get out of here. You think your parents, they're going to bow after you? Man, get your pride out of here, man. But the Bible says that his dad, he kept that dream in his heart. Fast forward, his fellow brothers of Joseph, they sold him to Egypt, to these guys that were going to Egyptian. These guys that went there, they sold him there as well. This guy stayed there in Egypt. That guy was excellent at what he does. Again, the year of excellence. He was at Potiphar house, Pharaoh house. And when that Pharaoh house, he was working there. Did everything he did right. One day, the Pharaoh wife, he saw Joseph. This Joseph, the Bible described him as he was a looking guy. He was a good-looking guy, man. The wife of Pharaoh saw Joseph and she lusted after him. She wanted to rape him. So she asked him, she said, Joseph, please sleep with me. Joseph said this, how can I do such a sin against my God? He said, I ain't gonna do it. Pharaoh wife say, you need to sleep with me. So Pharaoh asked, he grabbed Joseph and he wanted to rape Joseph. Because he grabbed Joseph, he left his clothes. This guy, he ran naked away from Pharaoh house. And after the wife of Pharaoh realized that, oh, Joseph is no longer here, I have his clothes. She started to shout. People came, hey, what's going on, Pharaoh house? This is the queen. I just shout. What's gonna say? This Hebrew. This is what the Bible says. She said, this Hebrew boy wanted to rape me, and this is clothes. I have it in my hands. Who do you think is going to believe you? Do you think the people are going to believe that the queen wanted to rape you? Oh, Joseph, you Hebrew boy wanted to rape, and you are foreign, in a foreign land. Because of that, Joseph, he was sent to prison for life. He went to prison. Remember the dream he had. He went to prison. When he went there to prison, he met two other workers of the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. They're also kept there because one of them did something bad with the food, another one with the drink, whatever. So they were there, they were hostages there. And these guys, they were released. One guy was released, another guy was killed. Long story short, the guy who was released, Joseph told him that, hey man, when you go back to Pharaoh's house, please remember me, put a good word on Pharaoh. This guy, when he went to Pharaoh's house to work, he did not even remember Joseph. He forgot. Because God does not need your support to fight for his own people. He can fight for himself. He can stand for himself. He is the beginning. He is the middle. He is the end. He is the Alpha. He is the Omega. He is the God I am. That means the God of right now. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what happened. What happened? What happened, guys? Pharaoh, he had a dream. The dream, this is the dream he had. He saw this 1 fatty cows and another 7 fatty cows and another 7 very skinny cows. And all these skinny cows, they swallow all the fatty cows. 7, imagine, skinny cows, they went to swallow all the 7 other fatty cows. It does not make sense. And this dream was really disturbing him. He tried to ask anybody, all the witches of Egypt, to translate this dream, but they were not able to tell the meaning of this dream. So this guy, that guy who was in prison with Joseph, and now he's working for the king, he remembers, said, hey, there's this one little man in the prison. This guy, we once had a dream about this and this, and he told us the meaning of the dream, and it really happened the same way, exactly how he said. That's how it happened. So the Pharaoh said, okay, bring that boy, come here. Joseph, he went all the way to Pharaoh's house. And he told him that, hey, you have 7 years of satisfaction. You'll have food. You'll have everything in full. But also you'll have 7 years of complete hunger.